Hello friends, we are back with our new video. If you find this helpful, please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel and press on the bell icon for more updates. Before we begin, let's just recall what we discussed in part 1 and part 2. First, we showed how to obtain country-wise COVID-19 data. The dataset includes information about a large number of countries. Then we showed how to obtain the time series for some specific countries. We illustrate the procedure with the data for India and the United States. Then one might be interested to plot the time series for a single country or two countries simultaneously. To do it simultaneously, it needs some further data processing, and we covered this. Then, after processing the data, we obtained a data frame covid.table that has 3 columns. First one is date, the second and the third ones include the daily number of COVID-19 cases in India and the United States respectively. Finally, in part 2, we discussed how to create animation of a single time series and we illustrated with the data for India. In part 3, we will first discuss how to create a ggplot of multiple time series and we illustrate with the data for India and the United States. Then we describe how to animate the ggplot and how to save the output as an MP4 file. Let's begin. Similar to the single time series case, first we need the package ggplot2. So install and call the package into R. Now we are ready to create the ggplot. Next, in the console window, type ggplot covid.table, the final data frame, plus geom_line within aesthetics, x equals to dates, y equals to cases.india divided by 1000, plus similar line with cases.india replaced by cases.us. Here we want to plot the number of cases in thousands and hence divide the actual numbers by 1000 similar to the single time series. Now press enter. Okay, you get your first multiple time series plot. When I am saving the plot using ggsave, I choose height 12 inches and width 18 inches. Similar to the single time series case. Because we want the video to be in HD quality, we choose large dimensions. There are many things that we need to change. Let's do step by step. First, note that the line is very narrow and we need to make it wider. Also, we need 2 different colors for the 2 time series. Otherwise, they won't be identifiable. So, first we create a vector of 2 colors, blue and dark green. You can choose some other colors. Then, within geom_line outside aesthetics, add size equals to 2. This is a feature that we want to keep the same for both the countries, and hence should be added outside aesthetics. For color, because we want the categories to be identifiable based on the colors, we add the colors within aesthetics. Now press enter. Okay, you get your second multiple time series plot. You can see that the lines are wider and the 2 lines have different colors. Although the colors are different from the ones we want. We will fix this later. Next, note that the axis titles and the axis labels are very small and you might want to enlarge them. To do that, add theme within brackets axis.text equals to element text size equals to 40 and axis.title equals to element text size equals to 40. If you want some different font size, choose accordingly. Now press enter. OK, you get your third multiple time series plot. You can see that the font size of the axis and the axis titles are much larger now. Next, note that the axis titles are just the names of the vectors, and you might want to change them similar to the single time series case. Particularly, the x-axis title can be removed as it doesn't provide any extra information. For the y-axis, suppose we want to change the axis title to daily COVID-19 cases within brackets in thousands. To do that, add xlab within brackets null. This removes the x-axis title plus ylab daily COVID-19 cases in thousands within quotes. This replaces the y-axis title. Now press enter. OK, you get your fourth multiple time series plot. You can see that the axis titles have changed. Next, note that the x-axis labels are at the gap of 3 months. You might want to change it, for example, at a gap of 2 months, similar to the single time series case. To do that, add scale x date breaks equals to 2 month within quotes, comma date labels equals to %b within quotes. The argument date breaks means the gap you want, and date labels is about how you want the labels to be plotted. To keep abbreviated month names, we need to set it to %b within quotes. For other options, check the details of the function scale x date. Also, note that we are storing the layers so far into p0 for convenience, and will add the subsequent layers on the top of p0. Print p0 prints the ggplot. Now press enter. OK, you get your fifth multiple time series plot. The x-axis labels are now at the gap of 2 months. Next, note that the legend is very small and outside the figure. You might want to enlarge it and place it at the top left corner. To do that, add theme legend.text equals to element text size equals to 40. This enlarges the legend text. Then legend.title equals to element text size equals to 40. This enlarges the legend title. Then hjust equals to 0.5. This places the legend title at the top center of the legend. Then legend.key.width equals to unit 3, centimeter within quotes. This increases the width of the legend keys. Then legend.position equals to 0.2, 0.8. This places the legend within figure near the top left corner. Here the first argument is small, that indicates we want the legend to be on the left side, and the second argument is large, that indicates we want the legend in the top side. So overall we get the top left corner. Now press enter. OK, you get your sixth multiple time series plot. The legend is large and near the top left corner. Next, note that the legend is not very informative. The legend title and the legend text should be changed. Also, we need to change the present colors to the ones we want. To fix these, add scale color identity within brackets breaks equals to colors. This brings back the original colors, that is blue and dark green. Then guide equals to legend. If we do not set this, the legend will not be printed. Then name equals to country within quotes. This sets the legend title. Then labels equals to a 2-vector India within quotes, comma US within quotes. This replaces the color names within the legend. Also note that we are storing the layers so far into P1 and will add the subsequent layers of animation on the top of P1. Print P1 prints the ggplot. Now press enter. Okay, you get your final static multiple time series plot. You might consider this plot for your publication. Further, we will add the steps of creating the animation, which are exactly the same as the case of single time series. We will just quickly go over this again. We need the package gganimate, so we install it and call into R. Then we are ready to create the animation. So within the ggplot object P1, add transition underscore reveal within brackets dates. Remember that dates is the name of the first column of the data frame covid.table. There should not be any mismatch. Further, add labs within brackets title equals to date colon, then frame along within curly brackets. Here the text date colon will be added in the title just as the text. The curly brackets with frame along in between prints the entries of the data frame covid.table along which we are plotting the time series. Here the dates. Further, we also add theme plot.title equals to element text h just equals to 0.5. This places the title at the top center. Then size equals to 40. This enlarges the font size of the title. Note that we store everything into gganimate object P. Next, we need to save the animated object as an MP4 file. For this, we need the package AV. We install it and call into R using the functions install.packages and library. Further, we animate P using the function animate. Here we need to set the arguments for customized output. For example, if we want the MP4 file to have duration 20 seconds, we need to set duration equals to 20. To set frames per second, we can set FPS equals to 20. The default is 10. We also set renderer equals to AV underscore renderer a blank bracket. This allows us to create an MP4 object. Otherwise, the default is just a GIF file. Finally, we save the animated video by anim underscore save. Then file name equals to covid_both.mp4 within quotes, or choose some other name you want, then comma B. Okay, we are done. Now let's check how the animation looks.